Hey guys, Desert Wine Guy here today. I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about a wine that I purchased yesterday at a big box liquor slash wine store called Barkan. It's from Barkan Vineyards. It's the 2013 Cabernet Sauvignon varietal classic version from that winery. Now, I actually did go into the store yesterday looking for a wine from Israel. I had once had a wine I bought from Israel in a kosher deli actually in San Diego, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So I figured, you know what? Let me go ahead and do a review on a wine from Israel. It's something different. Usually my wines are from Lodi or even from Washington State. So I figured this would be something really different. Now going into this wine, I did have some high hopes. I'm not gonna try to fool you guys. I did have some high hopes. Israel, the area of Israel, the country of Israel, has been known since its origin for growing wine grapes, making wine. So I went into this thinking, if I'm not going to get a really good wine, or not going to get a great wine, or a really good wine, I'm going to get a decent wine. Well, I have to tell you guys straight out in this video, I'm disappointed. I'm quite a bit disappointed, actually. I love a fruit forward red. I want it to have some blackberry. I want it to have some tannins. I want it to, if I can scrape the tannins off my tongue, I love it. Okay. Plus, I know I can put the wine away. I can buy some more. I can put it away in my wine chiller over here. As far as sweetness level to the wine, I can deal with some, maybe a moderate amount. Okay. But this wine was fruit forward in a way I did not like. In this wine, we're talking about fruit forwardness of pomegranate or a cranberry. Those two notes were very bright, presented themselves on my palate very brightly. And that was almost all there was to the wine. There was a note of cocoa to the wine, but not enough to even elevate the overall rating of that wine by 1 point. Okay. I was not impressed. Very astringent, very acidic. You almost want to take the wine and kind of suck it off your teeth. If you guys have ever had something like a fruit or a candy, where you just want to kind of suck it off your teeth, and your face just kind of, my face puckered a little bit. It was like, whoa. So anyway, I put the wine down. Okay, I figured, you know what? I haven't decanted this wine. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. Even though it's 2013, I haven't decanted it. Let me go ahead and put the wine down and give it a little bit. So I poured some in my glass. I swirled it and went ahead to clean my loft, my tasting room. So I gave it about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, came back and figured, okay, well, this wine's going to open up. It's going to develop. Something different is going to come out of it. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. The notes of pomegranate and cranberry toned down slightly, but not enough to still be in your face and dominating on your palate. The cocoa was still there. You can taste it. You noted it, that was there, but it wasn't. It couldn't deter from the rating that I had initially thought I was going to give this wine. If I told you I gave this wine an 85, that would be pushing it too much for me. Well, first let me go on for a second here. Is this wine good for anything? Yeah, the wine is good for something. Most times I could find something in a wine where I could use that wine for something. This is one of those reds that you can use at a summer pool party. There's not many reds you can use for a summer pool party. This is one of those that I would use for a summer pool party. However, well, I'm going to tell you the good, and then I'm going to tell you the bad. while the wine can be used, good part, bad part being it's not a first wine that you'd open for your guests. It's not a second wine you'd open for your guests. In my opinion, this would be a third wine you'd open for your guests. By this time, you've already impressed your guests with the first wine. The first wine's a really nice, solid wine. If it's the varietal of Cabernet Sauvignon that you choose to go with, initially, great. You've already impressed your guests. For those of them that still have a palate left, you have your second bottle of wine. Your second bottle of wine is going to be really nice also. However, by the third bottle of wine, guests have already had enough wine where their palate is if not on their way to being deadened for the most part. At least in my opinion, in my experience. So I would make this a third bottle of wine. Now, to me, the big drawback comes here. This wine cost me $15, $14.99, $15. For a wine that I would use as a third bottle of wine, and a wine that I would not purchase again, that's a lot of money. Remembering also that the wines I review are for the average wine drinker. Okay? I'm not rich. If you're the average wine drinker and you're watching my blog, you're not rich. $15 for a bottle of wine is pretty decent. Okay? So for $15, I would definitely not purchase this wine again. There's tons of other wines that you could purchase. Check out my blog, desertwineguy.blogspot.com. You'll find a lot of reds, a lot of current reds that you can pick up for $10, and that will blow this wine away. They're so good, as a matter of fact, they're in my refrigerated wine chiller that's right behind us, and they'll be there for a couple more years. Are there tannins to this wine? You know, there's tannins to the wine, but they disguise themselves in that acidic note. They're not something that I would put away to develop. It's not a wine I would develop. It's not a wine that I think has any potential future for developing. So, with that being said, yes, I'm disappointed. Yes, the wine is overpriced. Yes, if you like the varietal known as Cabernet Sauvignon, you will not like this wine. And no, I would not purchase this wine ever again. As I said previously in the video, giving it an 85 would be really pushing it. Overall, and my review is not in yet, my mind is not determined yet, but I would probably end up putting this wine at an 83. 83 points on the Desert Wine Guy rating scale. So that's it as far as the wine goes, guys. I want to talk a little bit for a couple of seconds about the vineyards right now. The vineyards are done producing grapes. Everything's been pulled. Some of the vines are second-year vines. Some of them, and as such, I didn't allow those vines to grow grapes. Some of the vines are 3-year vines. We've got some grapes from those. Nothing to make wine. Kind of something for the kids to kind of eat. Something for the birds to kind of eat. It was nice to have dinner and watch the birds hang out in the vineyards and see some birds we haven't seen before. So I remember last year, late February is when we first had bud break. So I'm thinking this year, since bud break, since pruning the vines does bring on a vine coming out of dormancy, I'm thinking very, very beginning of February is when I'll be pruning my vines. Being that the 2-year vines will now be 3-year vines, I'm hoping that we can get a couple of bottles of wine out of this. I bought a wine kit recently, and we're going to try to make some wine this year and see what's going on with that. Again, nothing professional. You know, I'm just kind of like the average guy growing wine grapes, doing wine reviews, telling you my opinions. So that's about it, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And check out my blog. If you go to Google and you punch in Desert Wine Guy, you'll find out everything I have. I'm not really great at putting links out. I know desertwineguy.blogspot.com is my blog. It's my wine blog. You will find many wine reviews. There's even a couple of restaurant reviews on there. That at the spur of the moment, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a restaurant review here. So check out all my stuff, guys. And please do not be afraid to comment. Let me know what you think. You have any questions. If I don't know the answer, I will find the answers out for you. So until I speak to you guys next time, you guys have a good day.